the Switch 2. I have a theory. Oh, here we go. I can bring this up here.
Tuesday is the big Switch 2 thing.
Well, I want to float my theory to everyone here while you're on it. We try to on the interviews, we try to cover one current topic.
Oh, John, you should mention that your game. You should mention that what your game is on that service.
It's on Antstream. Yeah, Max did mention that earlier on the stream. I think before you hopped on. So this is interesting. This virtual card.
I think this is bad news.
Really?
Yes. The reason is I think what Nintendo is doing here. When they had that recent video, they said there's a Switch 2 edition of Switch 1 games.
Oh.
So what my theory is that the Switch 2, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. We will know more Thursday, is when you put a Switch 1 game in a Switch 2 console, I don't think you're going to naturally get the upgrade. It's just going to naturally upgrade the game. I think you're going to have to pay a fee like Sony does when you put in a PS4 game to the PS5 and you have to pay an upgrade fee like $10 for the Spider-Man. And then it's going to be locked. Yet, Side knows what I'm talking about, right, Cyrus? So, certain games you have to play.
Yeah, well,
they PS5 version. So I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, they let you play your PS4 version, but they do offer an upgrade for the PS5 version if you want like some enhancement of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think when you put the Switch 1 card in the Switch 2, it's going to let you play it in the same resolution on the Switch 1 without paying anything. But if you want the upgraded one, you will have to potentially pay a fee, and then it'll be locked to the Switch 2 console because it says when you have a Switch 1, Switch 2 edition game, this is very confusing. You cannot transfer the digital card back to the Switch 1. It's locked to the Switch 2. They said that in the thing. A Switch 2 edition game. Because
you still have the card though.
Right.
Game.
So that's going to probably help with people wanting to sell their Switch 1 physical. Because if you could put a Switch 1 game, buy the upgraded, and now it's virtual Switch 2 card, but you can't transfer back to the Switch 1, you might not sell the actual physical card. And then I think, because this is Nintendo, I think you're going to have a physical Switch 2 game of a Switch 1 game upgraded in retail on the card, and a new SKU, a new game out there, and the collectors are going to want to buy it all over again. So we may get Wii U games that were ported to the Switch that now have a Switch 2 version, upgraded 4K Switch 2 physical card of like Mario Kart 8 again or something, or the Switch. This is what I think is happening. Is my theory confusing? Do you think Nintendo would do this? When I was really like, I'm like, what's going on here? Why do you have why are you really stressing this virtual game card thing? And you can't send it back to the Switch. You can't send the Switch 2 Switch 1 game back to the Switch 1 console.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me because Nintendo has always found a way to get you to purchase games you already have again. They've just always been able to do that. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've purchased like Super Mario Brothers 3 because I wanted to play it on like the newest Nintendo console, or Zelda. Like I remember buying Zelda on the Wii because I wanted to play it. And at the time, this was like before Raspberry Pis and that. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy it again. Like they've just always found ways to do that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it's, and people have always just kind of been like, yeah, it's Nintendo.
Now I might be conspiracy theory and looking way too into this, but I'm just thinking about Nintendo money, rebuying your games. And people are going to blast me for this in the comment section if they watch this on the replay, but I still think, and this is going to sound like crazy to people that are current gen gamers, I still think the Xbox is the best value for the money because you could still play games you bought on the 360 without buying them again or paying an upgrade fee. They just naturally get the best version of the game. And Sony and Nintendo do not do that. I love Sony and Nintendo, but they're not very. You have to pay a subscription fee to play some of the old games. You can't
Xboxes. They've always done well with their backwards compatibility.
They've had to, yeah, but yeah.
Did you see how they Did you see the rumor that they want to get Steam on the next Xbox console?
That's more a rumor. It's going to happen.